Plaid Day? Is it chilly
It's
there?
Pendleton Day.
It's Pendleton. Mine is Filson. Filson, Pendleton. It's about the same thing.
It's about the same thing. Have you been doing some fly fishing?
No, you're the one that fly fishes.
Oh, no. Fly fishing,
No
a lot of
fly
work.
fishing? When you fly fish, that's all you're doing is fly fishing.
Yeah, and then you're up there in Alaska. Not only you have to concentrate on the fly fishing, you're surrounded by bears.
What fun is that?
It's not fun. And then they fly you out in the middle of nowhere, so like the plane doesn't work or a bear eats you. You're kind of on your own. You know, speaking of holding the league together, I've got a list of topics here. I'm not going to say you owe someone an apology, but you know, maybe an acknowledgement would be the best way to start off this week's show. And welcome to the show, Glenn.
Welcome to week 10. Who do I owe apology to?
Well, like I said, it's not necessarily an apology, but there was a statement made in last week's show about a certain owner who may or may not have ever won the league.
Why am I apologizing? You're the one. Why am I blamed for that? You're the one that said that he has never won anything.
I'm just reacting to what the posts are from the person who's got hurt feelings on the league website. They're not directed at me. It's directed at you.
Let's check the tape.
One, bullies versus Big Ben.
Here we go.
What is Big Ben going to lose? It's like the third year of Big Ben domination, isn't it? Has he ever won the championship?
No.
No.
It's you.
When you asked the question, why did you say, no, Glenn? You're wrong.
I
He
didn't
has
know.
won it. You
I
just
was
asked
asking
the
the
question. I
question.
said,
I
did you
did
know
not.
the answer?
I did not. I went with it because I didn't remember it either. So maybe maybe the whole league owes Big Ben an apology. Hey, everybody. Big Ben won the league 1 year.
Sorry, Big Ben.
Andrew Luck, out 2 to 6 weeks. Derek Carr, waived by you on October 7th.
Yep.
Over the past 3 weeks, has thrown 11 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Has thrown 19 touchdowns at the halfway point of the season. After you had Derek Carr on the lineup in week 4, he started for you and put up 15.
Mm-hmm.
You waived him for Sam Bradford. Walk us through that.
He's on the Raiders. They go through 2
Darryl
to 3
LaMonica?
quarterbacks every season. They've had like 39 quarterbacks since 2002.
But before that, it was Plunkett. I mean, we're winning Super Bowls.
We're not talking about Plunkett. There wasn't even fantasy football when Plunkett played.
Plunkett would have been putting up like 5 points a week. Should be in the Hall of Fame, though. So, but your brother, who jumped on it, snapped him up, started him.
I don't think he jumped on it. He wasn't monitoring Derek Carr.
He didn't have him on his watch list. What is that watch list anyway? What's the difference between having him on the watch list and just watching him? So do you regret the Derek Carr waiving?
No.
No. Good.
Eyes forward.
Well, let's go through the list of number 1 draft picks since 2005. We've had 2 players get the number 1 pick twice, and we've had 1 owner who has the number 1 pick 3 times. So of the last 10 years, 7 number 1 picks have been only occupied by 3 players, and several owners have never chosen the first. What owner has picked 3 times?
Chris.
First overall. Good guess. That would have been my guess too. He's the other one besides you to go twice. And it was the same owner, the same one who went 3 times is the only one to have won it with the first pick.
Oh, Big Ben.
No. Even though did you know he won the league in 2013?
My brother.
No.
I know. Tremaine.
Okay. Nope.
Garrett.
No.
Jay
McWaters.
When did he win the league?
He won the league in 2006 as the Bushmaster. The only person to take a quarterback with the number 1 pick, your very own Tarkanian's trophy. He did that in 2012 when he picked
Brady?
Tom Brady. Yes.
What does this tell us?
I don't know what it tells us. Now, which brings us to the 2015 selection of Eddie Lacy.
So
that's all the information I have for you today. We should probably just
wrap it up with that last.
Yeah. Has anybody ever lost a running back 2 weeks in a row to an ACL injury? Le'Veon Bell 2 weeks ago, and then so I pick up Dion Lewis on the waiver wire. I'm thinking, not a bad replacement, out for the year, ACL. Then, before last week, my kicker injures himself in pregame warm-ups.
How did that even happen? Took a divot?
You're walking into a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And woman walking in close behind you.
Yeah.
and you get the door for her. You are pretty much giving up your place in line to her also. Are you or are you not?
You are.
Now, if you do this, you get the door, the lady just kind of strides in, no acknowledgement of like, oh, I'm taking your place in line, just kind of gets in line and you're like, right behind her. Is there a social contract that is in place then where that person is under an obligation to sort of make their order in a timely fashion and not, maybe I'll taste this, or maybe I haven't made it, well, maybe I'll get, as you stand there just waiting for your drip coffee, have you given up all rights and privileges?
The simple answer is that you don't open the door. If you're going to church, a museum, a department store, you can open the door for them. Delis, coffee shops, movie theaters, you don't open the door for anybody. It's
really?
A race. Would Jeff Gordon let Danica Patrick in?
Right.
And she wins the race.
You know what? I'll hold the door for somebody on my way out when I've got mine. I guess we're doing a quick review of last week. Smashers taking on Brady's Revenge. Brady's Revenge had a few losses in a row. Back on track.
He didn't even have running back wide receiver.
Didn't even need it.
He didn't need it. We must have lit a fire under him.
Yeah, the Raider defenders carried him to victory. Khalil Mack, 0. And Chuck Woodson, 4.5.
Atomic Diesel, Aaron's Army.
D'Angelo Williams, 37 points against the Raider defense. Antonio Brown, 32 against the Raider defense. So 69 points from 2 players going against the Raiders.
Antonio Brown didn't even catch a touchdown pass.
He didn't even catch a touchdown.
But he had 284 yards receiving.
I think if you included his return yards, he had over 300 yards from scrimmage, and D'Angelo Williams, if you include his catches, had over 200 yards from scrimmage. It was the first time in NFL history that one player has had over 300 yards scrimmage and the other player has had 200 yards scrimmage, and they're on the same team against the same defense.
But the Raiders almost won that game.
The Raiders almost won. Tarkenton's Trophy versus the Swamp Ducks. Marshawn Lynch versus Eddie Lacy. Marshawn Lynch was on a bye. Eddie Lacy might as well have been. Let's go to weekend. The 7-2 Beaver House versus the 5-4 Coup de Grace.
Doesn't matter. I don't really have much to say other than coup de grace this week.
I'm going with coup de grace. And I think that is a motherboard that is in the Beaver House photo.
You don't even know what a motherboard is.
Something from a cell phone from 10 years ago.
Is that a GoPro down there?
Angry Bus Driver versus Tarkenton's Trophy. What a snooze fest this is going to be. I got Phillip Rivers on a bye. I got Dion Lewis on IR. My kicker's on IR. I guarantee you this is Eddie Lacy's breakout game.
I'm going to go with Tarkenton Trophy, Stone Cold Lock.
I'm taking Tarkenton's Trophy. I got no shot.
Good.
All right, then we got the old Chaunch Pack versus the Sack Smashers.
I'm tired of picking the Sack Smashers. I'm not going to do it. I'm going Chaunch Pack.
This is when the pride of the former champ kicks in. I'm going with Chaunch Pack 2. Brady's Revenge, winner of 1 in a row versus the Bullies, who lost last week. Who are you picking?
Brady's Revenge.
You're picking Brady's Revenge?
Yes. I know who you're picking.
I'm picking the Bullies. They're going to ride to victory on the gunslinger's arm.
Oh, Swamp Dogs versus Atomic Diesel. I'm going Atomic Diesel because of the retooled lineup. I'm anti-Swamp Donkeys for calling me out with the nearly lock comment. I love his little atomic imagery.
He's going to science the shit out of his lineup, and he's going to win. Big Ben versus Aaron's Army.
Aaron's Army. It's personal again.
Because Big Ben called you out. I am going to pick Big Ben. He's 8-1. He's won 4 in a row. He's got Gary Barnage at tight end. Doesn't it sound like he should be British? Gary Barnage.
I think the show is over.
I think it is too. Well, I think we've learned a lot today. We learned that Big Ben won the league in 2013. We learned about first-round overall picks and league wins. We learned about Derek Carr.
What was there to learn about Derek Carr?
Well, we learned that he's probably a number 1 pick next year. We learned that he's going to carry the Bullies to victory. We learned about Tom Brady being the only quarterback ever selected number 1 overall and who did that pick. And we learned about Eddie Lacy. So I think that we learned a lot. More importantly, we learned about the new modes of societal conduct.
We learned when to open the door and when not to open the door.
It's like a Sesame Street episode.
This show should be on PBS.
PBS doesn't have a fantasy football show. And if they want to remain relevant, they need one. Like just on Sundays, 1 day a week, like Car Talk. You know what's better than? It's better than the Lake Wobegon now.
What? You don't like Prairie Home Companion?
It was good 100 years ago. All right.
Good to see you, Jim.
Great to see you, Glenn.
Great show.
I think this was a pretty good show. And, you know, good luck to everybody in week 10.
See you in 2 weeks, Jim.
All right.
I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing I said that I would never do. A look from you and I would fall from grace, and it would wipe the smile right from my face.